What's up, everybody? I'm Chase Lee reporting for DallasMovieScreens.com, and I got another movie review for you guys, and that would be The Meyerowitz Stories, New and Selected. Now, this is the new Netflix film written and directed by Noah Baumbach, who has brought us such films as like The Squid and the Whale, Frances Ha, Greenberg, While We're Young, Mistress America. The guy's been pretty much hitting that scene pretty hard. I'd say over the past like 5 years or so. Like, he's been consistent with at least a movie a year or a movie every 2 years. He always has something on the plate, and I'm always curious about his projects. I'm never like super excited because I saw Greenberg with Ben Stiller, and I remember liking it. I saw While We're Young, it was fine. I saw Frances Ha, it was fine. That'd probably be the better one out of the three I've seen so far. So, I'm not like the biggest fan of his, but I'm willing to give anything a shot when you have a cast like Dustin Hoffman, Emma Thompson, Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller. The list goes on, and it's just really nice to see Adam Sandler back in something great again. Great being a strong word for this film. I'll say it's okay. So let's get real and break this down. Now, the thing I've always noticed with Noah Baumbach and his work is he always kind of does the same thing where he focuses on one character or maybe a couple of characters and explore, just what they're thinking, what they're going through, what their life is like. Are they having any existential crises or crises or whatever? So, that's usually what his shtick is, and so that's what this movie kind of is. It's just, the Meyerowitz family, kind of coming together, and we see, different people highlighted in certain segments, such as Adam Sandler and Ben Stiller, and we kind of see their reactions with their dad, which is played by Dustin Hoffman, and it's, a nice slice of life that's wonderfully acted about a dysfunctional family that can be loving and caring sometimes. So, that's the best I can say positively about it. The thing that's wrong with this film is that it feels half-baked. It feels like this idea that Noah Baumbach was going for just couldn't quite reach there. And let me explain myself. So the movie starts out with the title card, right? It says Danny, and it says what he is doing at that current moment in time. Danny is Adam Sandler's character. I was like, okay, so this is going to basically kind of be broken up into segments and seeing like their character's point of view so we can get to know these characters a little bit better. So they do that with Matthew, which is played by Ben Stiller. And then they do the sister, and she has like a backstory. She mentions it in like the woods. And then it goes to Adam Sandler's kid, and that's also a section, and then it just kind of wraps up. So it almost felt like it was going strong, and then it just slowly died off, and I knew that would be a problem with these title cards that were presented. It just seemed like it was not a fully developed idea. Also, another problem is that there's a lot of moving pieces in this story. There's a lot of characters, though. There's a lot of, step-parents, step-siblings, half-siblings. It's a crazy amount of people that's within this family, and they only focus on like 5 of them. Now, some of them will be mentioned, or you'll hear the voice, you'll never see them, or some of them might pop up, and they'll have like a couple lines, and like, that's it, we're moving on to the next scene. So that just shows you, again, right there, it just feels like an idea that was there. It was like this nice spider web, but Noah only did like the center of the spider web and did not extend outward as much as he thought he did. Those are kind of the major issues with the film. That's why it's just kind of okay with me. It's just scene after scene of seeing this family kind of interact. They're bonding. They have, some humor, and, they have some dramatic stuff and whatnot. It's really just watching this family kind of go throughout their life, and which is fine, and I like their bonding, I like their connection, I like the fact that they can pal around with each other, and I like the fact that they can, come together and have this emotional, depth to them. But once again, it just feels like there's just spurts of good moments and good acting, and that's about it. There's really nothing more to say. It's an okay movie for sure, and the only reason I'm going to give it, a slight grade up is because of the performances. I think everyone actually feels like a real person. I feel like this is a real family that has been together for years. I feel like Adam Sandler and Ben Stiller are the siblings that they are. I feel like Dustin Hoffman is their father, and they really kind of sink into their roles and played like these real life people that you would see across the street or inside of a cafe, arguing about their bill or whatnot out loud like Dustin Hoffman does in the movie. So I would say the acting is probably the best part, because when those spurts of goodness kind of come through, everyone comes to play. whether it be the humor that falls flat sometimes or the drama. The drama in this movie is really, really good, but the only problem is it's just in little fragments. It's not anything more than that. And when it happens, you feel for these characters in that moment because the acting is good. But then we'll switch to a humorous scene where it doesn't really fit well, or the humor just falls flat, and just I don't know. It just seemed like fragments of goodness inside of a half-baked idea with some great performances. And I will say, the reason why I'm going to give it a C+ is because of Mr. Sandler himself. Listen, I've always loved Adam Sandler and Ben Stiller, for a matter of fact. They actually have the same kind of career path for me, where it's like, when they are funny, they are funny. When they are not funny, they are severely not funny. But when they're in their dramatic stuff and they pull through, they can actually give some of the most authentic performances of the year. Adam Sandler did that in Punch Drunk Love. I've seen bits and pieces of Spanglish. I know that he can do it. And he's actually pretty good in this movie. Not one of those like Oscar, moments or anything, but he didn't really have a high bar to go past anyways, and I would say this is the best work he has done in years for sure. So I'm going to give the Meyerowitz Stories New and Selected a C+. What did you guys think about this movie? Have you even heard of it? Have you even heard of Noah Baumbach? Have you seen his other movies? Please comment down below my face and tell me that I'm wrong. I love listening to you guys' opinions and comments. And that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee reporting for DallasMovieScreenings.com, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.